This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News, joined by trainer Dave Coldwell here in Birmingham. Dave, yeah, exactly, in my yard, back at the mecca of boxing.
Food invite.
Dave, everybody's invited.
Boy, he's hungry, you know.
It's closed now, but if we do it once a week, when it's a Birmingham fight week or a Wolverhampton fight week, so next time you are more than welcome, and you are missing out on the greatest meal of your life.
That's a big shout.
It's a big shout, but I back up my words. And the man who backed up his words tonight is Brad Pauls. Unbelievable finish, unbelievable fight. What did you make of that 12th round stoppage victory and the new British middleweight champion crown?
First of all, well deserved. What a fight, both men. This is what the British title does. This is British boxing. You know, they go out there, they put it all on the line. That was really, really tough for Nathan Heaney, and for him to get through those moments and I thought he got off to a good start. First 3 rounds, I thought, oh, okay, it looks like he's comfortable in there. You know, he got him on the end of the jab, got his range, nice and composed, controlling everything, and then that right hand that puts him over. The fight changed then, and Brad Pauls just light bulb went on, and he just went through the gears, and it gave him a bit of a beating, to be honest. You know, the consecutive rounds, it was just non-stop, and Heaney was hurt a lot. Did so well to get through it. And then, I think it's round 9, Heaney comes back and catches Pauls with I think it was a left hook to the body that hurt him, then started slinging some more body shots that seemed to just slow Pauls right down. And then you're thinking, right, okay, this end bit of the fight is going to be really interesting. And then all of a sudden, Pauls takes it up again in 11 and 12, and you know, showed what he'd learned from the last fight, experience, and showed how much he wanted that title and how much he's improved. Brilliant, brilliant fight. What I've got to say as well is Nathan Heaney's fans are fantastic. He gets beat, gets stopped, but because he's emptied his tank, he's given everything. The fans are still there shouting and screaming his name. Brilliant.
Dave, the general consensus going into the final round was Brad Pauls was ahead comfortably on the cards. If you're a trainer and you have a fighter who's in that position, what do you say to them? Because when you see Brad go out and he went out all guns blazing looking for that stoppage victory, is it difficult to not say to him, just get through the round, just make sure nothing silly happens?
It's difficult because you can't trust judges. You know, Chantel Cameron's fight was a 95-95. What the? Do you know what I mean? So you can't really go on that. All you can say is be smart. You know, think about what's coming back. You can go out for the stoppage, but think about what's coming back and don't take anything stupid. Don't walk onto anything. And also, it depends in the fight whether the fighter kind of knows whether the opponent's got anything left in him. I think he was hurt in the 11th round pretty badly at the end, and he probably felt as though he had nothing left. Went for it. There you go. So it depends on the situation.
Another fantastic fight earlier on in the night on the card. Essuman and Owen Cooper.
Good fight, really good fight. Well, we walked in. I think it was round 5. We walked in round 6, and it was just firefight from then on, and it was brilliant. You know, Cooper put up a really, really good fight, but yeah, well deserved. And again, another good night. I love coming to shows where
in Birmingham.
I love going to, yeah. Do you know what? I actually love this venue, Resorts World. I think it's a really good venue. But I love coming to shows where there's fighters on the undercard where I don't know any of the fighters, so I'm literally here just to come and say, okay, show me what you're about, show me what, you know, entertain me sort of thing. And I was entertained tonight. It was a really, really good show. I thought Andrew Kane looked fantastic. I actually said I thought he'd do him in about 4 or 5 rounds, but it's how he did it. You know, it was classy. He was punch picking really good, punching in between. I thought he was really, really good, and a well-deserved new champion there as well.
Birmingham just continues to deliver those unbelievable nights of boxing, Dave. This is what happens when you come to God's country. Just away from that, a few fights on the horizon. I'll get your thoughts on somebody you worked with previously. Derek Chisora faces Joe Joyce next weekend. What are your thoughts on that fight?
Yeah, it's Derek said it's his last fight at the O2. It'll be a bit of an emotional night for him. You know, I know he loves that venue. The fans love him there. They've always turned out for him there. I hope he gets a really good reception. For the fight, I think it's who's got what left. You know, I think that's what it's down to. Whoever's got what left.
I said this to Richie Woodall earlier. Before Zhang, if you was to say something like that about a Derek Chisora fight, you'd have probably been laughed at in the comments, if you will.
But a fighter can go just at any time, especially when they get in, you know, especially when you're taking shots all the way through your career. sooner or later that resistance goes, and once it's gone, it's very rare that it comes back. You know, and it's not like he's a fighter that's got a defence where he can hide that fracture, that weakness. You know what I mean? And if that is a weakness, then he's there to be it. And it's just that, yeah. I mean, he had the fight back against Catterall, and he didn't look great in that fight either. You know, so I just genuinely think it's who's got what left.
Just 2 more fights. August 24th, Jack Catterall and Regis Prograis up in Manchester.
Good fight. Listen, I've always liked Regis Prograis all the way through his career. I think he's an insane fighter. He can punch. You know, what did he get completely outclassed against Devin Heaney? Yes. Did I expect it to be as one-sided as that? No. Jack Catterall, he's just his career. For me, I'll always be gutted for him because it wasn't undisputed. I feel he should have been, but that's gone. He's got to win. He's moved on. Now he's into the big, you know, the big fight, the big names, you know. And this is his springboard to break, crash America, and get into really big fights and get himself, you know, world title fights. You know, Regis Prograis is no pushover. Jack Catterall's a really good boxer. Such a good IQ. You know, he's actually underrated. I think. I don't know if it's because he's very, very quiet as a person. He don't shout his mouth off apart from Josh Taylor. I don't really, you know, nobody really seems to talk about how good he is. But I've seen him up close. I've seen him in sparring. I've been lucky enough to see him in the gym. My fighter, Stephen Keynes, is lucky enough to get a lot of work with him. You know, the guy's brain's constantly ticking. I think that's a really good fight with Prograis. Really good fight. Prograis got to win it. He has to win the fight. You know, he's at that stage in his career now, coming off the Heaney fight. He's got to go in there. He's got to win the fight. He's coming over here. You know, it's a big, big fight. I can't wait for it.
Final one from me. I haven't seen you since the Wembley show was announced for September 21st, headed by Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois. How intriguing of a fight do we have ahead of us, Dave?
It's a heavyweight fight between 2 British fighters that can punch like fuck, but can both get done themselves. What's there not to like? That is a great fight. It's a great fight. Listen, on looking at Daniel Dubois' defence against Miller and against Hrgovic, you'd have to say that if AJ is hitting him with them kind of shots, is he going to take those? Because AJ is not going to just throw the single right hands, the 1-2, the 1-2, 1-2. He's going to come back with left hooks. He's going to fire the right uppercuts. He's a great combination puncher. And when he starts getting in that rhythm of landing shots, he goes through the gears really, really well. But Daniel Dubois punches like a truck himself. I get told all the time his jab is like a jackhammer. You know, he can really, really punch. So if he hits AJ, can he turn his lights out? Yes. So the fight is a fight. It's a fight that you can't be 100% sure, no matter what you think and experience and levels that they've boxed at and won at and things like that. You can't just say, oh, you're going on that, this man wins, because there's jeopardy in it for either man. So that's why I want to see it. That's because it's a fantastic fight, and I think that's why tickets are flying for it.
Dave, appreciate your time. Safe travels back up north, and I'll see you soon.
Nice one, mate. Thanks.